Right, last one of the evening, I think.
The island was windswept desert. No one went there except ostriches and ostrich hunters. The Iblis Stone. It sounded ominous. It sounded powerful. If the Emperor was searching for it, it must be dangerous. And so, Renardo went ostrich hunting.
So, presumably there will be a new character along this path. And by the sounds of things, maybe an ostrich?
Every child could sing verses about the Sky Ripper, but ancient codices held hints of other things. A stone that ate souls, a ruby that drank blood, a jewel only a righteous man could give away. Were all these things the Iblis Stone? Long hidden in a buried temple? Another ancient item that was only resurfacing now? Drawn up from the deeps by the Emperor's horrific rituals?
Oh.
A crafting bench. Renardo wondered what he could make with it.
So it's this then? Nice.
The air here tasted bitter. The steps were too tall for a person. The entire place felt restless, like it had been vexed to nightmare under the dust, waiting for its hour to come around at last.
Uh-oh. Ah, I couldn't throw him quick enough. Or him.
Those flames really bring out your eyes.
Jesus. What did I say? That was a guess. That was extremely dodgy.
Already here, cawing in frustration. They were still searching for a way in. Good. And he hadn't come too late.
Good. Yeah, quite close to death. That's not good.
Every day he was getting better and better.
Oh no. Wow. Quite impressed with myself there. Did alright. Fully expecting to die in that fight, but I survived somehow.
Renardo had been the terror of the sandcastles when he was 2.
I'm enjoying the way the narrator's clearly taking the piss at every opportunity. That's quite good fun. What is that? You have been chosen in this critical mission for your ability to follow orders to the letter without question. Do not believe the naysayers. Your score in the intelligence tests is only proof that you are better geared than anyone else to follow orders. Take pride in knowing that I, your Emperor, have handpicked you for this mission. Follow the instructions to the letter. Alright. Always travel in pairs. Do not look at the engravings on the wall. Do not lose the hermetic box when you find the stone. Immediately place it in the box and seal the box. If you hear a voice in your head, ignore it. Remember, the temple is haunted. Obviously. This is an old temple dedicated to an old evil god. There were blood sacrifices. Of course it would be haunted. Ignore the voice in your head. Remember, ghosts cannot hurt you, but they will try to confuse you. When you hear a voice, take the drowsy pill. If you meet another soldier with the stone, and it is not in the hermetic box, immediately spray them with drowsy gas. Find the stone, put it in the box, seal the box, and important of all, find the stone. Interesting.2 So the stone
What else could you
obviously does horrible things. Oh, hiya! To your tiny mind. Please get through that before fireballs hit me. Uh-oh. I tried to dodge away from that and failed.
Beat Bernardo at hot potato.
Oh, close to death again. Great.
Could be the new aerobics craze. Am I right?
Is there going to be a gem? There is.
People had laughed at the government workbench placement program, but you could see the benefits everywhere.
Let's have that. Because hopefully that might keep me alive. Which way now? Can't go in there. And that looks like the right way. Hang on. Let's see what's back here.
Oh, you got
Oops.
such delicious looking eyeballs. Oh, that's the lead, Raven. Thank you, I think, said Renato. It never hurt to be polite.
Ah, failed. Oh, that's not good. Yeah, that was kind of frightening.
The Ravens, at least, could not get past this point. Obviously, the temple builders knew how to deal with tomb raiders.
So it's not ravens by this point. What the hell is it?
There was an inscription. Praised the sun.
Whoa, that was close. That's not what I meant to do.
Ow! Ow!
Aye.
Ow!
Didn't move fast enough. What are you?
It was a stone of the purest blackness.
Oh no.
It reflected no light, like a void made solid.
Does anyone have drowsy gas?
Nervous, he picked it up. Who said that? It was the stone. Eager, thirsty. That seemed tempting and terribly wrong. Zenobia was the Emperor's greatest general and a potent witch. But they
And
had
kinda
been close
tasty.
once, and Renato wasn't sure he really wanted to be Emperor. Why not capture the core of Skyripper instead? It was the eye of a lost god torn out by the transcendent Emperor to power his greatest weapon. What's the core? Said the stone anxiously.
I mean, we can do that. But this is so obviously saying it's the right move that it's going to be the wrong move. But this is still also going to be the wrong move.
The stone bothered him. He hated being told what to do. Wasn't that why he joined the rebellion? Wasn't that why he'd refused to be a soldier? He'd agreed to come on board only if he could freelance.
The stone felt a bit clingy. The sage Calaveras had told him where to find the Skyripper, a weapon capable of challenging the gods. Even without its armature, the core would still possess great power.
He would go there.
So there's got to be a way to get the armature and then the core and then use that to destroy the stone. Maybe. But I don't think that's available to me yet. So, the world is no doubt going to end in turmoil once again.
The moment he landed the Farfarer,
Sad times.
Renato had a rare feeling of regret. It's not too late, he thought. He could turn around and sail for Zenobia's island. He frowned. Wait a minute. He didn't want to kill Zenobia, did he? Sure, technically she was the enemy, but they'd been at Sword Fu school together. They'd never been lovers, but somehow they'd been closer. She'd told him every secret about herself. Except the biggest one. That she was the Emperor's daughter. No. Kill Zenobia, whispered the stone. Before it's too late.
Join the dark side.
What were these poles exactly? Parking meters from the time of the lost gods?
I suppose I will see. Didn't expect that to happen. Oh well. Probably missed a treasure chest there then. So I take it you guys have probably been through this already.
In this chest, there were woodcuts of amazingly beautiful vixens wearing no clothes at all.
Alright.
And something more useful.
What?
There was something sour in the air. Like the earth had ruptured over something that had been fermenting for a very long time.
Right, well, no spoilers please. And try not to laugh too hard at how bad I am at the combat. Some of that, you. And you. Anything else? Anyone? Guess not.
The stone hadn't lied about what it could do for him. With each raven he cut down, he felt a jolt of power flowing into his arm. "You're weak," whispered the stone. "The core will kill you." "Are you afraid of it?" "No, don't be ridiculous," it chuckled. But it's unstable. It will poison you so much as carry it, and if you try to use it, it will explode catastrophically. Bernardo did not trust rocks that talked in his head. He went onwards.
It's probably true though. It probably will destroy me catastrophically. I think we're looking at more health.
Always wanted to do that.
Imagine that was how you open doors in the real world. Just wandered around, way up blade. Tried to dodge that because I wanted to do something silly. But I made an arse of it. Jesus. Right. Hang on. Let's get Beauty fuck first.
That got surprisingly unwounded.
That was scary. I'm not can't go that way. Alright. Oh, doors opening by themselves. That's not creepy. That's very creepy. Is this going to be another talkie stone?
As he approached the core, the stone became hysterical.
Uh-oh.
Too much power. We'll rip a hole in space and time. He had a sudden vision of plunging his gauntlet into the core and dying in anguish. That wasn't his vision, was it? The stone had sent him its darkest fears, hadn't it? He had a sudden impulse to do exactly that. He raised his right fist and plunged it into the core.
Uh-oh.
There was a rush of light. He thought he could hear the stone screaming. And then he passed out. When
Okay.
Leonardo came to, the core was gone. But the Ibla stone was no longer black, but glowing with a blue light. And it was silent.
I can't hear you, he sang out. And
Yoo-hoo!
Yoo-hoo! It didn't answer. Ha, he said.
He had defeated the demonic gem with the power of his mind. He felt invincible.
That in
It was
itself
time to attack the Imperial outpost on the Nexus.
is
Take
dangerous.
the battle to the enemy. But among the huge crystals, there was also an observatory. A wise man would probably ask the scientists exactly what he had first. How wise was he?
Well, let's, yeah. Knowledge is
As the
power.
Farfarer made its way toward the Nexus, Renato could see tiny sparks in the blackness that was the Iblis stone, as if somewhere within it, the core was still spitting out energy,
Oh,
which the
shit.
Iblis stone sucked in hungrily.
You'd think the stone would want this kind of power, wouldn't it? Thought Renato.
Have I just been
Well,
played?
The scientists would explain it all.
They're all going to be dead, aren't they? Oh man. Scientists are going to be dead. I'm going to be consumed by the power of the dark side. Ah, God damn you. This game's really good fun.
See?
I've
He'd trusted his gut, and it had worked out.
had my go at reckless.
That's what it meant to be.
I'm
a
trying to be
hero.
clever now.
To ignore the naysayers and the odd makers, and do what you knew was right, and have it turn out to be the right thing. Well, he wasn't worried. Once he got to the observatory, the scientist toads could explain it. Then he could carry the war into the enemy's camp and destroy them all. Oh dear, he was getting a little bloodthirsty, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Renato wondered if it wasn't cheaper to build bridges and stairs.
That is an interesting thing. In all these fantasy stories, nobody ever seems to mention how much it costs to get magic platforms. Who makes the altars that are lying about everywhere? And how the fuck did they get there in the first place?
He felt like Tarzan.
Well, I can go in there. Which is exciting and new. Oh. Get dead, son.
Barely landed a claw on him.
New gem. Crit chance. Ooh. That might be good. Oh. At school we learn the gospel of the transcendent emperor, the last divinity to pierce the skies. He would banish the evil old gods and grant us the gift of time. But could one man, divine as he may be, create something as intricate as time? I have my own theory. I believe that time is a symptom rather than a gift. I am convinced that on a cosmic scale there is a pendulum motion between order and chaos. The Transcendent Emperor ended chaos and started the age we live in. An age of cause and effect, or fact and logic. Time is merely the tapestry upon which these laws manifest themselves. It is the foundation for order's companion, entropy. Interesting, that's quite well written. But in the age of chaos, when the old gods reign, perception carries more weight than facts. Emotions can shape worlds and time ceases to exist. The age of order is ending. I am merely helping the inevitable entropy. Entropy has been broken. Fate has been breached. The end of time is coming, and I shall embrace it. Emperor Isengrim III. Secret journal. If it's a secret journal, why leave it lying around there? It's not very secret. I mean, there's not an awful lot of passing traffic, but it's still out in the open. I had forgotten that those bits of stone were going to fall off. Yes, indeed, maybe he lost it while he was adventuring. But again, if it's secret, you're supposed to take better care of it. I'm just saying. Oh. I was trying to run away. Oh. Some of that, you. That's also a very good possibility. Nothing makes people want to read something more than saying, top secret, do not read. Like the proverbial big red button that says do not press. That's a very good point that I hadn't considered.
He was practically sure he'd find something useful in one of these things. Renato had never felt better in his life. Normally, a battle would wear him down and he would need a night's sleep. Now he felt like he could go all night and all day. He felt like people were cheering him on and he could practically hear their applause as he slew one raven after another.
That can't be good. Is this some sort of glitch? I would assume.
The
See if
Imperial
we go back
fleet
down,
was
has it
closing
come?
in on the rebels, forcing them to come out and fight.
Oh.
Renato was itching to bring the fight to the enemy. He had to remind himself not to be too reckless.
Speaking of reckless. This is kind of weird.
This would be the perfect place for a tic-tac-toe board.
That one hit. It was too slow. Missed, but I did manage a double counter apparently.
What kind of raven can't fly? Fucking either.
That was a reasonably decent fight. I did alright. Feel not bad about myself. Still slightly unwilling to let go of the health regenerating swords, because I'm bound to make an arse of it soon. Have a good one, man. Sleep well. I'll be back tomorrow, probably, at some point, to finish this off, if you're interested in checking it out.
The toads at the observatory measured the stone with their occult devices. I fed it the core of Sky Ripper, explained Renato. No more thieving blood and souls.
But the core is not an unlimited energy source,
said one toad. Another said,
there's a feedback loop, you see, which could overload the stone. Yeah, the stone doesn't actually feed on souls,
claimed a third,
but on pain of killing another sentient being. If you can truly be at peace with yourself, it would not overload.
This was all very confusing. At peace? Yes, the mountains were peaceful and quiet, but he now had the power to turn the tides. He should report to the Rebellion Council.
I'll do my
prepare
best
for the decisive battle.
Inner peace. I'm really not sure. See, that's the thing. I don't think chilling out in the mountains is what would put Renardo at peace. He keeps referring to himself as a hero all the way through this, right? So I reckon he would find inner peace by helping out the rebellion.
Renato couldn't make sense of anything the toads said, and listening to them argue made him restless. The Iblis Stone had made him a power in his own right. The core had kicked the Iblis Stone out of his head by filling it with more power than it could eat. It was time to meet the leadership of the rebellion. It was time to go to the ruins where they had hidden their secret base.
Maybe I should have gone to the mountains because that's where the chick would have been. Maybe? Maybe no. was an ominous chant. And another one.
He was ready for anything the ravens could throw at him. His sword felt ready too. It seemed to know what he wanted most.
Think of all the artisans he was creating employment for.
Truly, he was a job creator.
I don't even know if I've
Really ought to
been
put a
here
railing
before.
on this thing, he thought. Ooh, wouldn't his gauntlet look swell with that jewel in it?
I think that's what we're taking. Double damage would be awesome.
Interrupted story time. Of course, the lead raven. Now we'll never find out how it ended.
And that looks like quite a big chest, if you'll pardon the expression. Wonder how far away I am from the last sword. Yeah, that's right, I said sword.
What was really fun was hooking yourself onto a moving ship.
That must not be the way to go. Ach well.
How could you convince a firewall you're its friend?
By sticking a big sword in it, the same way you convince anything it's your friend. Stab it. Yay! What's in here?
That ought to be enough for a proper sword, he thought.
Ooh, got enough stuff for a new sword. That's exciting. Void Blade.
Sword from the mystical east could make time itself slow for you.
Oh. And that also means we can go this way. Which is exciting and shiny and new.
Calaveras had once explained to Renata how portals work, but no matter how hard he tried to understand, the words just flew out of his brain.
And what do we have here? Shield breaker. Interesting. I like the sound of that. Because if I can just bar the ones that have got shields without having to worry about it, that would be good. No, that's where I've just been. So now, it looks like I may be a wee bit lost. Resistance to spell damage is good, sword energy is good. But that means there's less pissing about trying to throw folk, so I can just counter and smash things. Yeah, which made that fight much easier.
This was almost fun. Pain of killing another sentient being? What was that dude talking about anyway? He felt no pain, only pleasure as each filthy raven fell by his sword and the stone glowed brighter and brighter.
Now he's
All
got a
the while,
hard on for murder.
Those voices were cheering him on, like he was in the arena, winning bout after bout.
Anyone with a hard on for murder is not to be trusted. Can practically feel him going, yeah, it's good. Use your anger. Feel its power. Uh-oh. Oh, got away with that.
You blinked.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Nope, nothing back here.
As for the gate, well, he could take her or leave her. Sorry, it's best I could do. The long stairs. So he was close to the rebel base. Nothing was on fire. So far, so good. He needed some way to break the ice with this wall, so to speak.
Let's not get too far ahead of ourselves, because I can't see the thing that's been buffing these creeps. Right, got through that. Through a little bit of luck and ingenuity.
That is a very cool sword, thought Renata. No, seriously. He couldn't feel his paw anymore.
Yeah. Good gag. Good gag.
When Renato went to the china shop, for some reason the owner was always nervous.
That's another good gag. Aye, that's right. We're going over here. This is probably going to be bad.
He slew and slew across the ruins and into the labyrinth that hid the secret rebel base. He was surprised not to see any defenders or even any of the council toads. When he reached the council chambers, there were still no toads, only filthy ravens. "Stop him! He's gone mad!" one raven shouted until he had hacked them all down. There was not a single toad anywhere. No doubt they'd all been taken prisoner, so it was up to him to take revenge upon the Imperial fleet.
But where had they taken the council? It couldn't be good that the Empire had not only found the secret rebel base, but killed or captured everyone there. No matter. He was on a roll. He headed full speed towards the Imperial fleet. He would be the fox who took down 100 warships. He charged.
Uh-oh. Looks like I'm going to be taking on the entire universe, and I might win, and that would be bad for everyone. Who knew?
The Imperial fleet was huge and deadly, but he was deadlier.
The crowd was cheering him on. He could practically hear it. Reynardo, the hero of the rebellion.
The hero of the rebellion, eh? Just like Han Solo, but a bit more murdery. So yeah, definitely didn't make the right choice last time, but I might not have made the wrong one. Because they may have been both wrong. The other one might have been wronger. Which I'm sure we all know is definitely
The
a
mysterious
lot.
sword from the east made you so fast you could catch a fly with your chopsticks. If that's what you really wanted.
Cheeky little original Karate Kid reference. Men who catch fly with chopstick can accomplish anything. What am I going to need more? Let's try that.
That could be useful.
Nice. Shoom.
That was always a rush.
As he slew his way across the fleet, Renato thought he could hear a small voice whispering in his ear.
Look at your gauntlet, you idiot, it said. Oh, for heaven's sake, he thought. Can I be alone in my own head? Look at the stone. I'm busy, he told the voice. Talk later. then it will be too late, cried the voice. Don't be so bloody thick.
Do
Piss
it.
off, he told the voice and kept up his slaying.
Oh man, look at the stone. Before you go full dark side. He's going full Palpatine. God damn it, Reynardo.
What did you do if one of these platforms stalled?
Wait, where's the thing buffing them? Oops, shouldn't have done that.
Soon he'd confront the Emperor. Funny that this whole war had come about because the Emperor feared death. And now it was coming for him. There was some sort of lesson there, wasn't there? Yeah! There was the Emperor. Reynardo cut down his elite guard. The exalted Toad cowered fearfully. He had sought to evade death and only made death come to him faster. Reynardo savored the moment. And then, too quick, it was over. He stood over the dead Emperor.
Death to tyranny! He shouted.
As he became a tyrant.
Zenobia stepped out of the shadows. You have to stop, she said. You've killed everyone. Our ravens, your rebels. You murdered the whole rebel council. What? Oh, the ravens killed the council. You big idiot. They don't even know what the secret base is. Shouted Lapino, who was with her for some reason. Look at the stone, said Zenobia. It was black as night. Blacker. But I fed it the core, said Reynardo. It was glowing. Well, who needs a core? He said, and he attacked. Zenobia conjured her best, and Lapino hopped around like a mad rabbit, but he killed them both easily.
Yeah, man.
I am unstoppable.
I
He
have
orated
the
at blood-soaked
power.
walls. I alone shall be emperor. The tiny voice inside him screamed. That doesn't even sound like you big fanny. The stone has stolen your mind. But he ignored it. Who listens to voices in their heads anyway? Madmen, that's who.
And just like that, he was alive again. And back on the Farfarer, still fleeing burning Ubar. The book was still open before him. So, the book was a portal. It took you to the future when your destinies would branch. He had failed and died 3 times
But he'd learned another true thing. The Iblis Stone